Happy Friday, lovelies. How are we doing this week? Can you believe it that we are in the month of August? Like July just, whew, it was hot, but it just flew by. So we are now in the month of August. Whew, we made it to another month, right? To another week into a whole new month. And isn't it something refreshing about the perspective of a new month? Like, okay, we done close off this chapter and now we're moving on to this new chapter of this new month. Isn't there something refreshing about that? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But anyways, so we are back with another round of Freedom Friday. And I must say that this week has definitely been a better week than it was last week. Last week I was kind of tender last week. I heard somebody in one of the classes I was taking, they were like, "Hey, when I'm feeling kind of not in my groove, I'm kind of tender right now," and I'm have to steal that because last week was a tender week. But this week I done got back on my surfboard and now I'm able to ride the waves a little bit better. Because sometimes we have weeks like that. Sometimes we have weeks where life is gaining some ground on us, and then we have to take some time to reset and do whatever we need to do, and then we get back on the surfboard and we start riding those waves again. And that's kind of where I'm at in the mental space this week. But wanted to share something with you all about something that I had encountered. So I was, as I told y'all before, I'm currently in some coaching classes with a group called Transformation Academy. It's a class about building confidence. And so in this group that we're in for this class, there's people that are in different stages of their coaching career. You got people that are brand new to the game. And you got people who have, been doing it for several years or at the stage where they're doing classes and group programs and workshops and things of that nature. And so for me, I'm on the newer side of the perspective as far as in the formal realm of coaching. And so I must admit, although the energy has been great and it's been a positive experience, it has been overwhelming for me to see people that are so far in the coaching game, because sometimes when we see people that are ahead of us, or we feel like are ahead of us, it can sometimes be overwhelming, like, oh my gosh, am I making the right choice? Am I in the right place? And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like I had got off one of the calls and it was so overwhelming to the point that I pure cried. And I had to talk to Jamaris about it. I was like, this has just been who this is. I can't, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Like, this is really triggering me as far as like the overwhelmingness of this class and everything. And I just really had to sit on that and ask myself, like, why is this overwhelming? Why is this triggering me? And then I happened to be scrolling through Instagram the next day, and I came upon this post, and it was like, um, it said, "Don't compare your chapter one to someone else's chapter 10." And that just really spoke to me, because I realized in sitting in that and then visually seeing that, it was like, that's exactly what I was doing. I was comparing where I was in my stage of learning to other people in their stage of learning. And that is where that overwhelmingness was coming from. And even that feeling of, okay, I'm not good enough to be here, that unworthiness. And it was because of that comparison. Instead of owning the lane that I was in and embracing the stage that I was in my learning experience, I was comparing myself to other people and feeling bad about where I was. And I realized that that is just one perspective or one experience where I've done that. But I have a tendency to do that in other areas in my life too. I see where other people are doing other things. They're buying these nice houses. They've got these careers. They're doing all these things. They're traveling. They're living the dream. And then I'm looking at myself like, well, I'm not in a space where I'm doing those things right now. And I'm looking down on my life instead of celebrating all the wonderful things or wonderful accomplishments that I have made along the way. Like, I'm on my path to financial freedom, as far as being able to build myself into a career that is fulfilling to me and that fulfills my purpose and that gives me life and joy. That is something to be celebrated. I have identified that within myself. This is something that I want to do. I'm excited. I'm passionate about coaching and speaking. This is something that I want to do that fulfills me. And I'm on that journey and I'm taking steps to do that. And whether I'm at the stage of where I'm able to do workshops and things of that nature or not, I should be happy and celebrate that version of Courtney that has taken the steps to be able to do that and stretch myself and go to that next level and wanting to learn and grow. And so that is what I'm here to release today. That need to compare myself to others and where they are in their stages in life, and embracing where I am right now and celebrating who I am in this moment in the stage in life, because that is something to be celebrated. I know that there are people out there who are feeling like, you know what, I'm seeing other people living their lives, doing these things, and I don't have that. Well, what do you have that should be celebrated and acknowledged? You know, think about where you were 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, or last week, or last month, and think about what it took for you to get to where you are right here, right now, in this space and time today, and celebrate that. That is a gift. Where we are in this space and time, even if we feel like we're in the middle of the storm, there's still something that we can celebrate about ourselves and what we have been able to go through and grow through. You should be proud of who you are today, regardless of what anybody else has going on in their life and what they're doing and what they had. You should be proud of who you are and what you have and what you do. And if there's things that you want to accomplish or want to grow into, identify that and then figure out the steps to be able to make that happen. And if you feel that passion, like, you know what, I know that I'm in a space right now where I feel like I could be doing more and I'm not really confident in who I am. I would encourage you to, hey, reach out, because I'm definitely someone that can help guide you through that, because I've been there and I'm still growing through and learning as I continue on that journey. But if you have a passion within you, where you feel like you want more out of life, you feel like what you're doing right now is not serving you, and you want to find and get to that level of who you are that does serve you, don't just sit there and sit in that. Identify, take time to think about what it is that you want, and know that whatever that is, you have the power within you to do that. Our creator, he created us to create, not just be on the cycle of 9 to 5 and then we praying for Friday. He created us to create. What is it within you that gives you passion, that lights you up, that ignites you, that you want to create and build and grow into? And I would encourage you to identify that and to tap into that. And if you need some guidance and support on that journey, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I would love to be that support for you. But I want you to know, if no one has told you this week, know that you are amazing and you are beautiful and you are worthy of a life that is fulfilling and joyous and happiness. And if you are not feeling that right now, know that you can have that. And you are worthy of that. And you are beautiful and amazing. And you are loved. Okay. So wherever you are at right now, know that I'm sending you so much love on your journey. And know that you are not alone. Know that that's a part of the human experience. So sometimes we're not feeling our best. But know that you are not alone in that journey. And you have people like me who care about you and would love to support you along the way in that journey. And so this Freedom Friday, I encourage you to love on yourself today. You know, there is something beautiful and unique in you being you. Honor that, love that, celebrate that. Okay. So this concludes our Freedom Friday for this week. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your weekend and you take care. Love you. Bye.